Stop losing to heavy backspin serves with this simple trick in table tennis. Hello everyone, I am Yanan, and I will demonstrate the technique of pushing and receiving a backspin serve before transitioning to a forehand. In matches, opponents often use my first attack to suppress me. They frequently serve a lot of backspin balls. Moreover, the spin is strong, making it difficult to find an opportunity to attack. This prepares me adequately for the next forehand attack. During this period, footwork, center of gravity, and racket movement are crucial. Demonstrating two routines for receiving serves with a forehand push and then transitioning to a forehand topspin from the table. Please pay attention to my changes in footwork and weight transfer. After receiving a serve with a forehand push, transition into a forehand topspin. The key points of the action involve holding the racket with your right hand when the opponent serves the ball to your forehand side. Use your hips to step forward and meet the ball. Angle the racket face slightly backward when executing the push. After hitting the ball, immediately push off with your right foot and step back to recover. Then prepare to loop in the direction of the opponent's return without moving. During the backswing in the rally, shift your body weight onto your right foot to gather your strength. Then, while rotating your waist, explosively swing the racket to hit the ball. Let's take a look at the complete action. Now, let's observe the full footwork action again. Hello everyone, I'm Yanan. First, I believe some of you have misconceptions about the backspin technique. Some think that when hitting a backspin ball, the center of gravity must drop very low. Including the stroke, it is often drawn below the table. I think this is a misunderstanding when it comes to hitting backspin balls. It's not that the ball has backspin or appears very low. We must ensure our hand is positioned below the table. First, it's about making a judgment, judging how strong the opponent's spin is. And look at the arc of this ball. When the arc is low, we can actually shift our weight down. But that doesn't mean your hand has to drop too much. Your hand should still maintain an angle that is roughly parallel to the table. If you go too low, you'll end up generating force in an upward direction. This can lead to an unstable arc for the ball. It can also affect the quality of your stroke, and your contact point may not be very precise. So my advice is to keep your center of gravity low when the ball is low. It's not that the hand needs to be lowered too much. The hand should actually be about the same height as the table. It's just that many times people feel uncomfortable with the force applied. In fact, many issues stem from the feet. It's not always about the hands. Sometimes people misunderstand the priorities. Then adjust the footwork to find the right technique for a topspin shot, or find a suitable stance. Then don't pull the hand from bottom to top. Just keep it parallel to the ball. The backspin mainly comes from the friction at the moment of contact with the ball. Unlike topspin, backspin may have a bit more impact. Impact generates some friction. However, backspin may involve slightly more friction. It's important to remember that it's not just pure friction. Pure friction would cause the ball to have a purely high throw. This method is similar to the loop technique used in the 70s and 80s, because nowadays, this technique isn't used to handle backspin. Is primarily managed with earlier techniques or high-quality adjustments. But actually in our daily life, we use this method to strive for power. This is our main training goal. So I also suggest everyone, when executing a downspin, there's no need to adjust our hands based on the ball height. In fact, our hand adjustment is basically the same regardless of the ball's height or spin. What's crucial is our footwork, judgment, and positioning in advance.
主要是脚下和判断和这种提前的站位是非常关键的。
Read more about table tennis on my blog, PingSunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.